Diabetes has become a common disease nowadays. According to a new report by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, more than 100 million U.S. adults are now living with diabetes or prediabetes. The fact of the matter is that, it's a chronic condition that needs to be taken care of properly. Meaning you need to be extra careful about the food consumption. However, the basic rule to avoid foods high in sugar is not applied only to sweet things, as sugar can be well hidden in foods that seem to be salty but in fact high in sugar. This applies also to foods which are usually considered to be healthy, but in reality contain fats and sugar of which you are even not aware of it. Fats and carbohydrates can add to the high levels of blood sugar. In this video we will talk about 7 foods you should avoid if you have diabetes or prediabetes. Number 1. White bread, pasta and rice. White bread, rice and pasta are high-carb, processed foods. Eating bread, bagels and other refined flour foods has been shown to significantly increase blood sugar levels in people with type 1 and type 2 diabetes. And this response isn't exclusive to wheat products. In one study, gluten-free pastas were also shown to raise blood sugar, with rice-based types having the greatest effect. These processed foods contain very little amount of fiber, which plays very important role in controlling blood sugar level. Fiber helps slow down the absorption of sugar into the bloodstream. Another study found that a meal containing a high-carb bagel not only raised blood sugar but also decreased brain function in people with type 2 diabetes and mental deficits. In another study, replacing white bread with high-fiber bread was shown to significantly reduce blood sugar levels in people with diabetes. In addition, they experienced reductions in cholesterol and blood pressure. Number 2. Pizza. Pizza is almost everyone's favorite food all around the world. It is delicious and everyone loves it. But no matter if it is frozen or commercially prepared, it contains high amount of calories. We are not saying to eliminate it from your diet, just prepare your own at home by choosing better toppings like fresh vegetables and herbs. Number 3. Dried fruit. Fruit is a great source of several important vitamins and minerals, including vitamin C and potassium. When fruit is dried, the process results in a loss of water that leads to even higher concentrations of these nutrients. Unfortunately, its sugar content becomes more concentrated as well. 1 cup of grapes contains 27 grams of carbs, including 1 gram of fiber. By contrast, 1 cup of raisins contains 115 grams of carbs, 5 of which come from fiber. Therefore, raisins contain more than 3 times as many carbs as grapes do. Other types of dried fruit are similarly higher in carbs when compared to fresh fruit. If you have diabetes, you don't have to give up fruit altogether. Sticking with low-sugar fruits like fresh berries or a small apple can provide health benefits while keeping your blood sugar in the target range. Number 4. Honey, agave nectar and maple syrup. People with diabetes often try to minimize their intake of white table sugar, as well as treats like candy, cookies and pie. However, other forms of sugar can also cause blood sugar spikes. These include brown sugar and natural sugars like honey, agave nectar and maple syrup. Although these sweeteners aren't highly processed, they contain at least as many carbs as white sugar. In fact, most contain even more. In one study, people with pre-diabetes experienced similar increases in blood sugar, insulin and inflammatory markers regardless of whether they consumed white sugar or honey. Number 5. Fried foods. This goes without saying, fried foods are not healthy for us. Ensure that you do not eat French fries, potato chips, fried chicken, and other deep-fried foods. All these foods are prepared with huge amounts of oil which will provide your body with more unnecessary calories. Furthermore, restaurants utilize hydrogenated oils with high trans fats, and therefore we need to avoid all these foods, especially diabetics who constantly need to be careful about the amount of trans fats. Number 6. Packaged snack foods. Pretzels, crackers and other packaged foods aren't good snack choices. Packaged snacks are typically highly processed foods made from refined flour that can quickly raise your blood sugar levels. They're typically made with refined flour and provide few nutrients, although they have plenty of fast-digesting carbs that can rapidly raise blood sugar. If you get hungry in between meals, it's better to eat nuts or a few low-carb vegetables with an ounce of cheese. Number 7. Alcohol. Regarding the consumption of alcohol, diabetics need to consult a doctor about the amount of alcohol they are supposed to consume. Consuming alcohol greatly interferes with the blood sugar levels. Therefore you ought to consume it in moderation, no more than 1 or 2 drinks. One daily serving of alcohol should be 1.5 ounces of liquor, 5 ounces of wine and 12 ounces of beer. The best option would be to avoid alcohol intake. Remember, knowing which foods to avoid when you have diabetes can sometimes seem tough. However, following a few guidelines can make it easier. Your main goals should include staying away from unhealthy fats, liquid sugars, processed grains and other foods that contain refined carbs. Avoiding foods that increase your blood sugar levels and drive insulin resistance can help keep you healthy now, and reduce your risk of future diabetes complications. To learn more about how to cure diabetes naturally, please click the link in the description. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.